135 personal finance class that's being offered this semester through Reinhardt University. First of all, I want to welcome you to the class, and I want you to know that this is one of my very favorite classes to teach because I feel like that this is something that whether you are just starting out in college or whether you are almost ready to graduate, you will be able to take something away from this class that you can use in the what I call the real world. I teach this class online, both in the BBA program and our regular business administration program through Reinhardt, and I also teach it on campus. One of my favorite classes to teach, like I've already told you. I can give you some personal examples of how you can use the information from this class. Just this week, I got my renewal policy for my car insurance. And I was sitting there looking at it, and I noticed that the policy had gone up almost $100 for the 6-month premium. And I kept thinking, okay, how can I reduce this rate without losing the coverage that I know I needed to have through my car insurance? So I called my agent, which I always suggest that call the professionals. I can't say that I know everything there is about personal finance, but make sure that you get in contact with people that do. So I called my agent and I told her I wanted to lower some of my limits to bring down my policy, and but yet I still wanted some coverage. And so I asked her about an umbrella policy, and so we began to discuss it. And so by lowering my personal liability policy limits, I actually lowered my policy to less than $100 every 6 months, $100 less. But I also then took out the umbrella policy, which gave me additional coverage not only on my cars, but it also gave us additional coverage on our house and my husband's boat. So, but then of course I had to figure out, all right, now how much is it? And it was going to be $200 a year. So by saving $100 on my car insurance each 6 months, I have now covered that $200, but I have more coverage on the house and the cars and my husband's boat. So those are things that you can learn through this personal finance class. Um, a little bit about me. I have been at Reinhardt for several years. Again, I am a full-time professor at Reinhardt. I teach both basic computer applications and the advanced computer applications, another class that I really enjoy teaching. And I also teach introduction to business classes. Those are the basic ones that I do teach. I'm married. I have been married to my husband for many years. We have 2 sons. Both of my sons are firefighters, and my husband is a retired firefighter, so the firefighting runs in the family. I have 5 grandchildren and 3 boys and 2 girls. They're the light of our world, and of course we think they're the greatest grandchildren in the whole world. Um, and then I have 2 dogs. I have Buster, who is a black lab that um, people say, is he a rescue dog? Well, no, he's not really a rescue dog. He just showed up and wouldn't leave, and so we ended up just keeping him. And then we have a little white Jack Russell, and they're funny because Buster is probably 10 times the size of Scooter, but Scooter's the alpha dog. He's the one that just kind of takes charge and makes sure that Buster does what he wants to do. So those are my fur babies. I love them and I baby them and I take care of them. Now let me tell you a little bit about the class. Each week you will have to read from your ebook, and there are chapters that you will read. You will also have videos to watch. They are the publisher generated videos from McGraw-Hill. I've watched the videos and I think they're very good, and they really help you understand the material. And then you have homework. Every Thursday, you will have a discussion board question that is due by 11:55. If it is not posted by 11:55, you do lose points. You do have, some guidelines, and they are in your syllabus. Make sure you look at that syllabus and know the guidelines. And then you have to respond to two of your classmates. Now, when you are writing your discussion board and you are responding, make sure that you are using proper grammar and punctuation. You do have to have references, and make sure that you reference those in APA format. You are counted off if you don't do those. Then by Sunday at 11:55, each week we have a case study. There is no absolute right or wrong answer in a case study. These are how you would react, things that would help you learn how to handle certain situations. Again, you have certain guidelines. Make sure you look at the syllabus and look at those guidelines so that you're posting correctly for those. You also have you have what I call application based questions, and there is one or two questions from every chapter. These are where you actually do problem solve, and you come figure out, for instance, you might want to know the future value of $1,000 if you just leave it, or the future value of $1,000 if you add $1,000 every month. You do not have to show me step by step how you came with your work, your question answer, but if you want to, that will help me make sure that you understand the concept and that you know how to do those. So for this upcoming week, we will start with chapters 1 and 3. We are skipping 2. I just didn't feel those were relevant at this time. Again, for chapter 1, you have problems 30 and 31, page 30 and 31, and you're going to do questions 8 and 10. And for chapter 3, you're going to do page 112, questions 5 and 8. Your case study is on page 114, 115, and it's question number 2. So please let me know if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, if there's anything that I can do to help you in this class. My phone number, my office phone number is on the syllabus, and also my cell phone number is on the syllabus. I have no problem with you calling me or texting me if you have a question. Most of the time, I don't check emails after 10 o'clock at night. If you text me after 10 o'clock at night, I generally don't answer, but I promise you I will get back to you within probably 12 hours. If I'm not in class the next morning, I'll get right with you. If I am in class, I will get with you as soon as my classes are through, and my classes are through at 12 this semester. So know that I will get back with you by 12 o'clock. Again, you can email me directly through Reinhardt. You can email me through VCamp. It comes through my Reinhardt email, and I will get back with you. Again, let me know if you have any questions. One thing I want you to know is that the thing that I emphasize through this whole class is it's not how much money you make, it's how much money you spend. If we learn to control our spending, we learn to work with a budget, then you will be successful in your personal finance. Thank you, and have a great semester. And again, let me know if you have any questions, if there's anything I can do for you. Thank you.